My son is Rodney Davis Jr. He was given the nickname RJ by his grandma, and he hated it. He hated RJ. Nobody called him RJ except for family, and he was okay with that, but his friends called him Rodney. I called him RJ, called him Bud, anything but Rodney, because Dad's Rodney, and it's just weird. And he was great. He was the person you always leaned on when you needed somebody to lean on. He was my go-to. We lost him on March 7th last year, and that was a Monday. After work, I got home and found him. He was the calm. He was our calm before our storm. And he always made sure that we were fine. He always made sure Dad and me were okay. We talked every single day. His laughter was so, like, you just walk into a room and it's all lit up because he's laughing. You know, him and Dad played video games every day. Dad hated video games, but because that was his bond time with his son, and he was just amazing. He was a prankster. As much as he wasn't a prankster, he was serious all the time, but he was a prankster. But his job, he was an intake specialist for rehab, and he did everything he could do to get people into rehab. He would fight with insurance agencies so that the person could get the help that they need. He was just everybody's go-to person. Even when he would come visit us, he was still working. Never turned his phone off, always forwarded the office calls to the phone because he didn't want to miss somebody getting help that they needed because he was taking time off. Years before I got to know him or meet him, he had a drug addiction problem and went through Salvation Army. And every time we would walk out of the store and the Salvation Army was there ringing their bells, he would always dump whatever he had into the bucket. And I feel like he would do the same with Knowing You Matter. They helped me through times of my life where I felt like I couldn't even get out of bed. They helped me because they knew what I was going through and they've been in my steps. So they were able to be the shoulder to lean on and to have that experience with somebody who knows what you're going through and has experienced it as well, and that's why they know what you're going through. It made it a lot different. It made the days a little bit easier. It made the times a lot easier. I would like RJ to be remembered as the joy that entered the room, the laughter that filled your heart, the kind soul that gave you the biggest hug, who lifted you up on your darkest days. He was literally the person I called for everything. And that's how I want him to be remembered, is that heart that just kept you going. Like, you're like, dude, this kid, he got me. Like, he had me wrapped around his pinky. He could have anything he wanted from me. And it's very hard for me to attach to people. And it's very easy to attach to RJ. It was very easy to love RJ. It was very easy to accept him and call him my own.